In the annals of history, there are few names that resonate with as much power and reverence as that of Alexander the Great. A visionary leader, a fearless warrior, and a conqueror without equal, Alexander's journey of conquest would reshape the world and leave an indelible mark on history. Join us as we embark on a thrilling journey through the life and legacy of one of history's most extraordinary figures. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. And let's start the video. We are going to see 12 chapter for easy to understand. Chapter 1. Introduction. Alexander the Great, a name that echoes through the annals of history as one of the most formidable conquerors the world has ever known. Born in 356 BC in the Kingdom of Macedon, Alexander inherited a legacy of ambition and greatness from his father, King Philip II. From a young age, he exhibited extraordinary leadership qualities and a thirst for conquest that would propel him to carve out one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. This is the story of his unparalleled journey of conquest and the enduring legacy he left behind. Chapter 2. Early Years and Education. Alexander's early years were marked by privilege and education. Under the tutelage of the philosopher Aristotle, he received a comprehensive education in literature, science, and philosophy, instilling in him a love for learning and a keen intellect. However, his education was not confined to the classroom. From his father, he learned the art of war and leadership, witnessing firsthand the military campaigns that would shape his own destiny. Chapter 3. Rise to Power. At the age of 20, tragedy struck as King Philip II was assassinated, thrusting Alexander onto the throne of Macedon. Despite his youth, he quickly asserted his authority, quelling rebellions and solidifying his rule. With his position secured, Alexander turned his gaze outward, envisioning a vast empire that would stretch from Greece to the ends of the known world. Chapter 4. The Legacy of Alexandria. One of Alexander's most enduring legacies was the founding of numerous cities throughout his empire, many of which bore his name. Perhaps the most famous of these was Alexandria, founded in Egypt in 331 BC. Under Alexander's orders, the city became a center of learning and culture, boasting the famous Library of Alexandria, which housed a vast collection of ancient texts and served as a beacon of knowledge for centuries to come. The city also became a hub of trade and commerce, linking the Mediterranean world with the riches of the East. Alexandria's influence extended far beyond its borders, shaping the course of history and leaving an indelible mark on the world of scholarship and learning. Chapter 5. The Diadochi and the Division of the Empire. Following Alexander's death, his vast empire was plunged into chaos as his generals, known as the Diadochi, vied for power and control. What ensued was a period of intense conflict and fragmentation as the empire was divided among Alexander's successors. The Wars of the Diadochi, as they came to be known, lasted for decades and reshaped the political landscape of the ancient world. Ultimately, the empire was divided into several kingdoms, including the Seleucid Empire in the east, the Ptolemaic Kingdom in Egypt, and the Antigonid dynasty in Macedon. This division marked the end of Alexander's dream of a unified empire, but ensured that his legacy would endure through the kingdoms that emerged from the ashes of his conquests. Chapter 6. The Conquest of Persia. In 334 BC, Alexander embarked on his first major campaign, crossing the Hellespont with an army of 35,000 men. His target, the mighty Persian Empire, long considered the greatest power in the known world. Battle after battle, Alexander's forces triumphed, as he displayed military brilliance and unmatched courage on the battlefield. The decisive victory at the Battle of Issus in 333 BC saw the fall of the Persian king Darius III and the beginning of Alexander's domination of the Persian Empire. Chapter 7. The Siege of Tyre and the Conquest of Egypt. One of the most remarkable feats of Alexander's conquest was the siege of the island city of Tyre. Defying the odds, he built a causeway connecting the mainland to the island, eventually overcoming the city's defenses and securing control of the eastern Mediterranean. From there, he marched into Egypt, where he was hailed as a liberator and crowned pharaoh. It was in Egypt that Alexander famously visited the oracle of Siwa, who declared him the son of Zeus, further fueling his divine ambitions. Chapter 8. The Battle of Gaugamela and the Fall of Persia. In 331 BC, Alexander faced off against Darius III once again, this time at the decisive Battle of Gaugamela. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's strategic brilliance and the superior discipline of his army led to a crushing victory. With the fall of Gaugamela, the Persian Empire lay at Alexander's feet, and Darius fled into the east, only to be assassinated by his own men. Alexander pursued him relentlessly, but the Persian king's death marked the end of an era, and Alexander declared himself the rightful ruler of Persia. Chapter 9. The Conquest of Central Asia. With Persia under his control, Alexander turned his attention to the vast expanses of Central Asia. Through a series of daring campaigns, he subdued the fierce tribes of Bactria and Sogdiana, forging alliances and consolidating his power in the region. However, his relentless pursuit of conquest would soon lead him to the edge of the known world. Chapter 10. The Indian Campaign. In 326 BC, Alexander crossed the Hindu Kush into the Indian subcontinent, intent on adding it to his ever-expanding empire. His encounters with the Indian kingdoms were marked by fierce resistance, particularly from the formidable King Porus. Despite facing overwhelming odds, Alexander's forces prevailed, and he pressed on, reaching the banks of the great river Hydaspes. There, he faced his most formidable opponent yet in Porus, whose bravery and military prowess impressed even Alexander himself. In the end, Porus was defeated, but his valor earned him Alexander's respect and admiration. Chapter 11. The Return Home. After years of relentless campaigning, Alexander's army grew weary, and his officers urged him to turn back. Reluctantly, he agreed, but not before embarking on one final expedition down the mighty Indus River. Along the way, he founded several cities, including Alexandria on the Indus, as he sought to leave his mark on the lands he had conquered. In the last chapter, Chapter 12, Legacy and Death. In 323 BC, Alexander's conquest came to an abrupt end with his sudden death in Babylon at the age of 32. The exact cause of his death remains a mystery, with theories ranging from illness to assassination. Regardless of the circumstances, Alexander left behind a legacy that would endure for centuries. His empire, though short-lived, ushered in an era of cultural exchange known as the Hellenistic period, blending Greek, Persian, Egyptian, and Indian influences. His conquests also paved the way for the spread of Greek culture and ideas throughout the known world, leaving an indelible mark on history that resonates to this day. Conclusion. The story of Alexander the Great is one of ambition, courage, and conquest on an unparalleled scale. From humble beginnings in Macedon to the heights of power in Persia and beyond, Alexander's journey shaped the course of history and left an enduring legacy that continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world. As one of the greatest conquerors of all time, his name will forever be synonymous with the boundless ambition of the human spirit. If you like this video, then you might also be interested in the mysteries of ancient pyramid construction. Check the comment for the video, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.